Hello, my name is Linda Adams. I'm the dietitian working with the Health Team Lab, and I wanted to take the opportunity to go over the action plan document with you. So I'm going to share my screen and show you a report that you might find from a client who has participated. And then I'm going to show you the action plan and how I would work through those with the client. So I'm going to share my screen and show you first the report. And this is assuming, so this is a report that's complete. So everything has been done, the tests have been done, and we have the report with the information on diet pattern down at the very bottom here. So everything's already in there, and now you have your opportunity to sit down with the client. So as we get down here to the bottom, we see the nutrition assessment, and the yellow indicates that there's an opportunity. The blue means that the client's eating pattern meets the recommendations, and the red is where the client did not meet the recommendations of the dietary guidelines for Americans. So what I would do is go through it briefly with the participant and then ask them what they might be interested in working on. Now, if I was spending more time with a client, you could ask them what they think about each of these individual areas where they either meet or don't meet recommendations. But I think for the time that we have here, that we will just do it. We're going to focus on the yellow and the red. So I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to a client. So hi, Jim. Thank you for coming in today. We are at the point where we're going to look at your report, in particular, the nutrition recommendations. So you filled out the questionnaire and we compared your answers with those of the dietary guidelines, which those are the recommendations for Americans to stay healthy, prevent chronic disease, and get all the nutrients that they need. So if your answer met the recommendation, it's blue. If it didn't, it's red. If it's close, just a little bit nudge would make it meet the recommendation, then this might be an opportunity for you in yellow. So as I look through, you have a lot of blue ones, meaning you're doing really well in some of the areas, fruits and vegetables in particular. So those are all blue, and you can find more information as you look through this report on your own. The next is the grains. So whole grains, you reported rarely, and the recommendation is to have half of the grains that you consume in a day come from whole grains. And down here, the refined grains, you reported 1 to 2 a day. So essentially, it appears as though from your answers that you're eating mostly refined grains. So switching some of those over to whole grains might be an area of opportunity for you. Savory and sweet snacks is red also, kind of related to the refined grains. Savory and sweet snacks are generally processed foods containing sugar, salt, tend to be snacky type things. And it looks like you reported 1 to 2 a day. The recommendation is really varies, and it depends on a lot of things. The problem comes in when we start eating these foods here at the expense of whole grains. So then we're not getting the nutrients in the whole grains, and we're really not getting any nutrients from these foods either. So that might be something that you choose to work on. Seafood and fish, great, nice omega-3 fatty acids there, you're meeting it. Animal proteins, you're meeting. Plant proteins, there's a recommendation to try and switch out some animal proteins for plant proteins to increase fiber and decrease saturated fat. Looking good. Nuts and seeds, which are a plant protein, but they also have some special fats in them that we're starting to realize can really do a lot for brain health. And so the recommendation, we're pushing for 5 a week. Currently, the recommendation is at least 2 a week, and you reported 1 a week. That would be an opportunity to increase some of those beneficial plant fats. And then dairy, you're doing fine, and you can read more here. Sweetened beverages and water. So sweetened beverages and water, it looks like you report every meal for sweetened beverages, and water, 4 to 6 cups a day, which is almost to the 8 to 10. It's about half of what you're looking for. So the recommendation for sweetened beverages is to eat or to try and replace those with water or some sort of a beverage that doesn't have any added sugar. The reason for that is that added sugars have a whole lot of calories and they also fill us up. So we don't eat a lot of the foods that have nutrients in them, and the sweetened beverages don't have nutrients themselves. So that's the recommendation there. So it could be an area for opportunity. And with alcohol, it looks like you're doing fine. You reported less than 1 drink a week. So right down here, we're going to look at what you might want to do for an action plan. And when we look at those, is there anything that jumps out as you as being important that you think you might want to change? So based on what the client says, the client may say, oh yeah, I want to change all of those, or they may not be interested at all and say, well, you know, this really isn't a good time in my life to change that. So I think I'm going to focus on working out or changing some of my exercise habits. There's no right answer, but if they do indicate that they would like to change something in the food pattern area of their life, then you can go down to the action plan, which we are going to be adding into the end of this, but I'm going to switch over and show you the action plan document that's actually it's a fillable document, so you could actually write it right in. You can also use the document as a paper copy to have them write on, and then they could you know, take that home with them. Lots of times when people write it themselves, they're more vested in what they write. So if your client wants to change something and they say, yeah, well, you know, maybe I could start with drinking more water. So then you could say, so you would like to start by drinking more water. What would that look like for you? Can you envision a time of day, or, you know, where you are when you might find it convenient to drink more water? I don't know, maybe I need to keep water with me at all times. So then I could drink it throughout the day. Okay. Can you picture yourself doing that? Yeah, I guess, but I just don't like it once it's warm. And so, yeah, I'm not sure. So if it's warm, you don't really like to drink it as much as if it's cold. So is getting cold water throughout the day convenient for you? You know, maybe I need to get a water bottle that's insulated, because I have a friend who has one of those and they say it keeps the water cold all day long. So I think maybe that would work for me. So if you got a water bottle that kept the water cold, you'd be more likely to drink it throughout the day. So that sounds like it might be something that would work to increase your water intake. So what might come up as you try to get that water bottle and then keep it with you to drink water throughout the day? What might get in your way? Well, definitely forgetting. So I forgot my water bottle. Definitely would make it hard to drink more water. Anything else? Sometimes I'm really tempted by sodas. I really like them. I'm in a bad habit, but I thought if I tried to increase my water, that might help with the soda habit. So tempted by sodas. Anything else that might get in your way? I might forget. Yeah, some days I even forget to eat. So I could see that I might forget to drink more water. So let's talk through some of the ways that you might get past those roadblocks. You want to drink more water in a day, and you think getting one of those water bottles that keeps it cold could be helpful because you would have it with you. Some of the things that might come up is you forget to bring it with you, you're tempted by sodas, or you just forget to drink water. What are some ways that you could increase your likelihood of getting past those? So what's a way to always remember your water bottle? So your client might say, put a note on my briefcase. Bring with me. Or they might say, gosh, maybe put it in my car the night before so that it's there when I leave in the morning and then I won't forget it. What about if you're tempted by soda? Is there anything you could do about that? That's going to be really hard because I'm so used to drinking those. Yeah, habits like that are really hard to break. Maybe we should explore why you want to drink more water in the first place. So why did you pick that as something to change? Well, I know that it's really important and all the systems in my body need the fluid. And so, even when I'm drinking those sodas, I thought even if I drink more water, it would be helpful. So you care about your health, and drinking more water is going to make your health. I mean, it's only going to do good things for your body. Yeah, exactly. So is there anything that you could use there when you're trying to resist a temptation of a soda? Well, I could remind myself that, this water, and drinking more throughout the day was one thing I wanted to do. So remind myself of my health. Okay, so you've come up with some of those ways to go around these roadblocks. Is there anything that you need to do to make your success more likely? And I know you've identified get a water bottle. Is there anything else? I can tell my office mate that, this is really one of my goals, and ask him, to ask me about my water bottle if he doesn't see it there, or he could ask me how it's going. And then that office mate might provide support to you. I think so, because they've said to me before that I need to stop drinking soda. So I think that might be something that could help me get the support I need to just develop that habit of drinking more water. So you are going to try drinking more water, and you'd like to just take sips throughout the day. If you get a water bottle that's insulated, you're thinking it's going to make it easier to do that. Forgetting the water bottle or being tempted by sodas might get in the way of you succeeding here. So putting a note on your briefcase, putting the water bottle in your car the night before, reminding yourself, hey, this water is for my health, might be ways to get past those. And so before you start, you need to get a water bottle, and you're thinking maybe you'll tell your office mate for some support. Does that sound about right? Yeah, I think that's doable. I'm so glad to hear that you think it's doable. So we're going to put the date that you're starting. Are you planning on starting that tomorrow? Yep, going to start it today, actually. Great. So what I'd like you to do is give it a try, right? This is just an experiment. And after the week is down, evaluate, how did it go? Do you feel like you achieved drinking more water throughout the day? Sometimes these action plans work, and sometimes we have to go back and start over. And that's kind of the nature of behavior change. So we are here every week. I would love to hear back from you how it goes. Would you be willing to let me know how it goes? That's great. So you could either email me or stop on by. Great. That sounds good. So you can take that paper with you, and we're going to be emailing you this report so that you can look at the whole report and go from there. All right. Anything else any other questions that I can help you with before you go? All right. So that's what I would do. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you can't make it to office hours, please send me a note. I'll try to find time to meet with you outside of my office hours. And you can feel free to let me know during a session, during the time that you're in the team health team hours. If nobody is there, we may be able to even hook up during that time to practice doing this. And I'm happy to help you with that. So let me know how I can help you. Enjoy the rest of your day.